Rafiki, Aberigani. That is, hello friends, how are y'all doing? We are here in Africa. We're still here in Kenya, of course. We've been here a little over about 2 months, maybe a tad over 2 months now, and we're doing good. We really are. We've had our challenges. We went, some time without any water. That was a trip, carrying water up and down steps for a while. I am not going crazy, as I told you before. I am letting my beard grow out, and when I say out, I mean out, okay? So this is like stage 1 of 5 stages, so it's going to get crazier and crazier before it gets better. But nevertheless, Cindy's been cutting my hair, as you see, and I cut Malachi's hair for the first time, and I think it's perhaps the best haircut he's ever had. He won't tell you that, but nevertheless, we're learning how to do that. Cindy learned how to make syrup. Syrup's like $7, $8 a bottle over here. Anything you can get within the country, like produce and stuff like that, is very inexpensive. But anything that has to come out of the country, like syrup and stuff like that, that they don't usually use, is very expensive. For example, this week, I went to look for a cooler, and a cheap cooler. We're not talking about an Igloo cooler. We're not talking about anything fancy, anything real nice. Just a basic $25, maybe $30 cooler at Walmart was $145. Okay, because in Kenya they don't have coolers generally. It's usually people that's different types of people that usually are not from Kenya buy coolers, so they have to ship it in. So anything that's shipped in is very, very expensive, and so forth. But a lot of stuff, is reasonable, especially at the markets. I want to introduce to you our Land Cruiser and some of our friends. This is Malachi's friend. Tell us your name.
My name is Ricky.
His name is Ricky, and he comes over every now and then, hangs out with Malachi. Now Ronald's supposed to have been with us, but he's not able to be here, so I got his kids with us. Now remember, Ronald is my assistant, and his wife, she helps around here, but he's my assistant, and these are his 2 kids, and they live with us. And your name is?
My name is Clement.
His name is Clement, and your name?
Gloria.
Gloria, that's right. Her name is Gloria. I told her to speak real loud, and she did. So that's Clement and Gloria. They live here with us, and we got, of course, Cindy and Hannah. Cindy's in there cooking right now. But we've had some challenges. We have, and we got some prayer concerns in just a few moments. But I do want to point out several things here. This is our vehicle, our Land Cruiser. It's a Toyota Land Cruiser. You can see it's a 99 Land Cruiser. Can you get the whole thing, Malachi? It seats, it's 99, so it's 20 years old. It seats 7 people. And when I was looking at first, I was looking at getting a van. And then I was looking at getting a 4-wheel drive van. And then I had a missionary friend of mine. He lives out in the bush. He says, if you ever come out to the bush, you'll never make it in anything like that. You got to have a Land Rover or a Land Cruiser. And he really recommended the Land Cruiser. So I started looking into it, and he was helping me with it, and he was a great help, a good friend. And then I had 2 other missionary friends of mine from America, and they told me the same thing. And then I ran into another missionary friend at church, and he told me the same thing. You got to have a Land Cruiser. We've been looking at property, okay? That's what we've been looking at every week, sometimes 2 and 3 pieces of property a week. We're trying to find 100 acres somewhere in Kenya. And they told us that if we're going to look at for property, we're going to have a Land Cruiser. They said anything else ain't going to make it, and they were right. I remember the first time we got the Land Cruiser, within 2 or 3 days, me and Malachi went to go look at some property, and we'd have never made it. He looked at me and said, Dad, we'd have never made it without this Land Cruiser. It was literally like this the whole time. So we've seen 2 pieces of property that we'd have never made it without the Land Cruiser. And I'm glad that we got it now. Like I said, it's 20 years old. The person that had it before us used it on a safari. And like I said, it seats 7 people comfortable and so forth. And we're going to be taking it to different places all over Kenya. We're going to be visiting some missionaries this coming week. They have a small orphanage. They're from Louisiana. They have a small orphanage. So we'll be going to visit them. So what are some of the things that we've been doing? Like I said, we've been I told you about the water situation. We went without water for several days. Cindy's learning how to cook some things. A few minutes ago, the cow was eating around here. I was hoping that we could have gotten the cow. That would have been real cool. But so we're making a lot of acquaintances. We're taking people to church with us now. Last Sunday, we had 2 people that we took to church with us. Also, we've become friends with a young boy named Sylvester. I'm going to try to send y'all some pictures with him of his house. It's very poor. His mother is blind. She's totally blind, and they're very, very poor. And he starts coming over on Sunday and hanging out with Malachi. You know, we gave him Christmas. He did not get any Christmas but what we gave him. And we also gave his mom a stocking full of candy and apples. And every time I walk by her house now, she thanks me for that stocking, and she cried when I gave it to her, and so forth. So we're starting to make some acquaintances. We've been witnessing to some people. And like I said, we have one guy that we took to church last Sunday. I think he said it's been 2 or 3 years since he's been able to go to church, and we took him to church for the first time Sunday, and that was really good. And the boy, the cowboy, some of y'all might have saw him on our Facebook. He went to church with us Sunday, and he told me a little while ago today that he can't wait to go tomorrow. He's looking forward to going to church. Like I said, the big thing is this vehicle. We've been needing a vehicle. We got it from Nairobi, and like I said, the person before us used it as a safari vehicle, took very good care of it. There are some things that we're still having to put money into it. Anytime you get a 20-year-old vehicle, there's things that they've been lagging on. They knew they were going to sell it, so they haven't fixed. So we've been fixing several things on it. Got some stuff this week we're going to fix on it, and 2 pretty good sized things we're going to fix on it next week. But after that, the mechanic said everything should be good. The mechanic looked at it. He loved the vehicle. He told us this will last us a long time. It's a diesel, so you know it'll last forever, and so forth. 3 things I always ask you to do. Number 1, pray for us. We do have some big things coming up. I'm just going to be honest with you, we're still having issues with our paperwork. We started this process almost a year ago with our paperwork. They told my assistant, Tommy, in June that everything looking good. It should be any time now, July, August. You know, we came over here. Any time now we should have it. Then September, they told us the same thing. October, they told us the same thing. We came in November, and they told us that we should have it probably by the time we hit the ground. We should have our visa. Well, we don't have our visa, okay? And they only gave us a 1-month visa when we came over here, a tourist visa. But we got a 2-month extension, and the end of that is the last of February. And this is a big deal, okay, guys? This is really a big deal. You can hear it in my voice. This is a big deal. That's for me, my wife, and my kids. We need a work visa. And the last is the last of February. I think it's the 27th. So if it's not taken care of by the 27th, we're going to have a lot of issues going on, okay? And I'm not trying to, we're not freaking out over here or nothing, but we are concerned about it. I'm going to go talk to my lawyer again Tuesday. We may be making a visit to immigration Tuesday. So like I said, we came because they said it's going to be here, it's going to be here, it should be here anytime now. Well, it's not here. Also, they're doing 2 other pieces of paperwork for us, and none of that has cleared either. So we're going to be talking to someone Tuesday with the orphanages. This lady, she works with orphanages. Her name is Alice. We're going to be talking to her. We're going to be talking to our lawyer Tuesday in Nairobi. It takes over 3 hours to get to Nairobi. So when we go, we do everything, okay? And I really don't like Nairobi. It's really busy and so forth. Also, they had a terrorist attack in Nairobi this week. A lot of y'all heard about it. Our Facebook blew up. Everybody wanted to make sure we were okay. But we're okay, okay? That's in Nairobi, 3.5 hours from here. So we were good. Just be praying for those people and so forth. Also, secondly, so you need to be praying about that, okay? Be praying about our visa. Be praying about our paperwork. The government of Kenya concerning orphanages, be praying about that, okay? I need you to do that. Number 2, we always ask you to please help us, okay? Help share our message. Tell people what we're doing. Let them know what we're doing. Put us out there on your Facebook, okay? So that's the second thing. Number 3, we do need financial support. This vehicle costs money, Okay, even though it's 20 years old, it still costs money. Just to live here on a daily basis is costing money. To go look for property is costing money. And eventually, within hopefully the next year or so, we'll have the property, you know, that we're looking for to build an orphanage, a church, and a school. You know, most people are just building an orphanage, or they're building a church, or they're coming to build a school. We're doing all three, so you're getting triple bang for your buck. We're going to build a church, an orphanage, and a school. And we need money, okay? And we're not going to be those kind of people that beg for money. We're not, but we do need it. It's just the way it is, okay? Somebody told us a while back that Facebook likes don't pay the bills, okay? You can Facebook us, but it don't pay the bills. A lot of people like what we're doing, but only a very, very, very few are helping. You know, I talked to other missionaries, and I asked them, I said, y'all having issues with trying to raise money? They said, they all shook their head. They said, everybody likes what you're doing, but he said, then they have to pray over giving $20 a month. He said, they don't pray over getting more channels on their internet, you know, on their TV. He said, they don't pray over whether or not we're going to go out to eat this weekend, or we're going to get that Starbucks coffee. He said, they don't pray about those things, about a new dress or a new pair of shoes. All these things cost more than $20 a month. He said, they don't pray about them things. He said, but when you ask them to help a child, to help unwed mothers or whatever it is in Kenya, to help babies and so forth, he said, then all of a sudden they have to have a prayer meeting about it, okay? He said, everybody likes what you're doing. He said, but the truth is very, very few actually sacrifice very, very little. I think it's 70 cents a day, not even a third of a cup of coffee, maybe a half a cup of coffee. I think McDonald's, when I left the States, was $1.50 for a cup of coffee, okay? So let's say a half a cup of coffee a day, you can help us in a big way, okay? We do need help. Like I said, this is something that, please pray about it. You know, be praying about it, what you can do, but we do need monthly support. And we're asking $20 a month. And you know, it's only, all you have to do is very simple. We made it very simple. Just go to ookp.org, Orphans of Kenya Project, ookp.org. Go to that website, click the donate button, and you can help us. So we got land soon, and that's going to cost a lot of money. The land's going to cost us about $500,000 to $600,000, okay? And that's the cheapest we've been able to find. And it has gone up much higher than that. But we're looking at our budget's going to be around $500,000 to $600,000 just for the land. So we're going to need to start raising a lot of it over the next few months. This is a new year, okay? So let's start it out on the right foot. Some people in my church is looking at this. I'm asking you to give. From Wallstone, I'm asking you to give. Friends of mine that's watching this, I'm asking you to give. Just commit $20 a month. I tell you what, I want you to do the 6-month challenge, okay? I want you to do help for 6 months, and if you go broke and can't feed your family and can't pay your bills, stop helping us, okay? Okay, for 6 months. If you can't pay your bills and you just go hungry and you're starving, you ain't got gas for your vehicle to go to work, I tell you what, I want you to stop, okay? Just stop. That's a 6-month challenge. But if you can pay your bills and you can keep doing these things, I'm asking you to do so, okay? I'm asking you to do that. So take the 6-month challenge. Brother Wallace is asking you to do that. Churches help us out. Individuals help us out and spread the message. So pray for us. Pray for our visas. Pray for our paperwork. Number 2, I need you to pray. I need you to tell people about us. Put us out there on social media. Check this website out. And also now we're on YouTube. We're at Orphans of Kenya Project on YouTube. So check us out. Subscribe there. That way you make sure you see all our videos. And check us out on Facebook. Now I got 2 Facebooks. Jonathan and Wesley Wallace. Now one of them is the one with the brown hat with the little goatee. That is the new one, okay? The old one don't work no more. So please friend us on Facebook if you will. And that way you can see all the little stuff we put out there, all the little stuff. Malachi rode in his tuk-tuk for the first time last week. It's kind of cool. So anyway, we put all that kind of stuff out there. We were at the equator the other week and got that. So anyway, check us out if you will. Little stuff we put out there on Facebook. And you can do Cindy Wallace if you will. But anyway, check us out. Well, from Kenya, Kwaheri, goodbye. Wave goodbye, guys.
Bye.